So, you're thinking about landing a cloud job in 2026, and you might be looking around at everything going on and thinking, is it even possible anymore? Well, I've got a 5-step roadmap that says yes, it is. Let's break down exactly how you can get that role.
Look, I get it. I know exactly what you're thinking. We're seeing layoffs, we're hearing all this talk about AI taking our jobs, and yeah, those are absolutely huge factors changing the game right now. But that does not mean the opportunities are gone. Not at all.
Here's the most important thing you need to understand. The market isn't shrinking, it's resetting. The skills that got you a job 2 years ago, they're just not going to cut it today. And here's why that's actually a massive opportunity. AI isn't getting rid of cloud jobs. AI is being built on top of the cloud. Okay, so to help you navigate this whole new landscape, we're going to walk through a really clear roadmap. First, we'll get a handle on this cloud reset, then we'll dive straight into the 5 steps, mastering the fundamentals, getting hands-on experience, playing with AI, acing that interview, and finally, networking your way in.
First up, let's talk about the 2026 Cloud Reset. This is all about shifting your perspective and seeing AI as an opportunity, not a threat. I mean, think about it for a second. Where does all this AI stuff actually run? The huge majority of it runs in data centers owned by AWS, Azure, and Google. That means companies are desperate for people who can build and manage that infrastructure. AI can't build itself.
So, let's put you in the hiring manager's shoes for a minute. It's 2026. You've got 2 candidates. Candidate 1 knows their cloud stuff, but does everything the old, manual way. Candidate 2 also knows cloud, but they use AI tools to be like twice as productive. They use an AI assistant to write infrastructure code in seconds or to debug a super complex error almost instantly. Who are you going to hire? Come on, it's a no-brainer. This is the new reality. Using AI to learn faster and work smarter, it's not a bonus anymore, it's a requirement.
All right, that brings us right to our first big step, mastering the fundamentals. Before you can build all the cool, complex stuff, you have got to have a solid foundation. But how do you actually get it? Well, there are really 3 main paths you can take.
So your main options are certifications, projects, or boot camps. Certs are okay, they give you a roadmap, but let's be real, on their own, they just don't carry that much weight anymore if you don't have experience to back it up. Boot camps, they're structured, sure, but they are so expensive and there's often no job guarantee. So that leaves us with the clear winner for most people, hands-on projects. It is, without a doubt, the best way to learn any technical skill. And the best part is, you don't have to spend a fortune to get started. You can use awesome free resources like AWS Skill Builder or workshops.aws. And here's a pro tip for you, always have an AI tool like ChatGPT open while you study. Use it to create your notes, make little summary tables, or even get it to quiz you on key concepts. Seriously, you'll be blown away by what the current AI models can do for your learning. Okay, once you've got those fundamentals down, it's time for step 2, gaining experience. This is the part where you actually prove what you know by building projects. And you know, the biggest hurdle for most people isn't understanding why they should build projects, it's figuring out what they should actually build.
The key here is to just start, and start small. Do something simple, like deploying a static website. Once you've done that, you level up. Build a project that connects 3 or more cloud services together. And remember, it's always quality over quantity. A portfolio with 3 or 4 really solid, well-documented projects is going to be way more impressive than a dozen little half-finished ones.
Now for step 3, play with AI. And notice the word I'm using there, play, not learn. This is a really important distinction, and it's key to making AI your personal superpower.
The big takeaway here is that you shouldn't look at AI as this other giant, complex technology that you have to master from the ground up. What makes AI so different, so powerful, is that the barrier to entry is just incredibly low. You don't need to spend years studying theory to get started. Just jump in, start experimenting, and see what these tools can actually do. Test their limits.
Next up, step 4, acing the interview. You know, one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is waiting until they have an interview scheduled to start preparing. That is way, way too late. Your interview prep should start long before you even hit that apply button.
So when it comes to cloud jobs, you're generally going to run into 3 main types of interviews: behavioral, technical, and presentations. In a company like AWS, they'll probably hit you with a mix of all 3, so you absolutely have to be ready for each one.
So how do you prep for each type? Okay, for behavioral questions, practice the STAR method. That's situation, task,
action, and result. Have about 5 to 8 solid stories ready to go. For the technical part, the best thing you can do is just practice explaining your portfolio projects out loud. Seriously. And for presentations, get comfortable drawing architectural diagrams on a whiteboard and talking through why you made certain design choices. So you've got the skills, you've got the projects, and you are totally prepped for the interview. But how do you even get your foot in the door in the first place? Well, that's where our final step comes in, networking. This is how you unlock that hidden job market where all the best opportunities are hiding.
Just look at this number. According to LinkedIn, over 80% of jobs are filled through some kind of networking. They are not filled by people just blindly applying online. This is a massive statistic, and it's a reality you just can't afford to ignore.
And hey, the good news is you don't have to be some huge extrovert to do this. You can start small. Just start commenting on LinkedIn posts from people in the industry. Share what you're learning. Share the projects you're building. Join some online communities on Slack or Discord. And if you can, try to attend local meetups. Most of them are free. I mean, just last month, a student of mine landed a cloud engineer role, a role with over 500 applicants, all because she met someone connected to the hiring manager at a local AWS meetup. It really, really works.
So there you have it. That's the complete 5-step blueprint for landing a job in 2026. It all starts with a solid foundation, which you then prove with real-world projects. You supercharge your skills with AI, you validate everything in a great interview, and you unlock the door through your network. See how each step just builds on the last?
Following these steps gives you a clear, proven path forward in this brand new, resetting market. So the only question left is which step are you going to take first?